Okay, let's make some money. In this simple demonstration, I will show you how I earned $375 in less than 30 minutes. The system is easy to use. It only has 3 simple steps and it will help you to profit several hundreds of dollars on a daily basis. I will now show you the exact method in which I used so you too will be able to do the same. So what is this method exactly and how does it work? It is a trading system based on binary option. Binary options are very simple to understand and use because all it requires is one decision. Whether the asset will go up or down. Once you choose one of the 2 options, the trade can begin. It is a fast trade between 5 to 30 minutes, and once the time is up, your position will automatically close. And if your choice was right, you will profit between 170 to 190%. So how will you know if to choose up or down? We're going to use a very simple method that is used by the professional traders called graphic trend analysis. As there's a higher probability for a financial asset to continue its current direction rather than reverse it, we can analyze a graph and recognize its trend. There are 3 main types of trends: an uptrend, a declining trend, and a neutral trend. And now I will demonstrate how you will use these trends to earn money. I will now log into my Binary Brokers account and show you exactly step by step how it's done. Obviously, you have to create a new account for yourself to use. The system will work on any of the Binary Brokers recommended sites on the bottom of the site. As you can see, I have $23,619 on the account. When I opened it 2 months ago, it had only $500 in it. Now, let's see how the system that has made this growth really works. In the Binary platform, we have many assets to choose from: stocks, currencies, commodities, and indices. Once you've chosen your asset, you have to choose its direction. Direction can either be up or down. Notice the timer as a trade lasts between 5 to 30 minutes. So now, I will perform trades according to the method of trend monitoring, and you'll be able to see how I make money with binary options. In the site, on the first step, under the video, there's a link to recognize trends. Use the real-time graphics available here. Once you click on it, a new page opens with the asset graphs. The page can take up to 1.5 minutes to load because it contains all the graphs that you'll need. So now, we will identify trends in these graphs in order to trade in the Binary platform. So right now, we're going to start with the currencies. We have here our first currency, the British pound versus the US dollar. And as you can clearly see, its trend line is very, very positive and clear. We can see that it's going from this point all the way up here. So you can identify this as an upwards going trend line. Since we have our analysis, we go back to the platform, choose the British pound versus the US dollar. Choose our expiration hour. I'm going to click on 10 minutes. Since it's going up, we click up. Enter $100, click apply, and approve the option. Once you see the trade confirmation, you're good to go. We go back to the graph and continue with the British pound to the Japanese yen. This graph as well is going from this point all the way up here. It's a positive upwards going trend line. So we go back to the platform, we look for the British pound versus Japanese yen right here. We choose our expiration hour, 10 minutes. We click up. Since the trend line is going up, we enter $100, apply and approve. See the confirmation and exit. Go back to the graphs and we have here the gold. This graph as well is going from this point all the way up here. It has its ups and downs, but it's an upwards going trend line. We go back to the platform, choose the gold from our commodities section right here. Since it's going up, we click up, enter $100, click apply and approve. And we wait for the confirmation. It's done, and we exit. We go back to the graphs. We continue on to the Euro USD. This as well is a beautiful upwards going trend line. From this point all the way up here. It has its point here, but it's okay. It's clarified as an upwards going trend line. We go back to the platform, choose the Euro USD right here. Since it's going up, we click up. Enter $100 and apply. We approve the option and exit. We go back to the graphs, and right here we have a downwards going trend line. Needless to say that from a downwards going trend line, we can make money the same as from an upwards going trend line. It makes no real difference to us, and I will now show you how. You can see here that it is a downwards going trend line from this point, and it has a high point right here, but it starts to go down and down and down, even lower than the starting point. So we go back to the platform, we choose the US dollar to Canadian dollar. We choose our expiration hour, 10 minutes, since it's going down. We're going to want to click down, enter $100, click apply, and approve. Just at the upwards going trend, it's the same thing. We go back to the graphs, we have another downwards going trend. You can see it right here. The euro to the British pound starts from this point, and it goes down and down and down, much like the US dollar to the Canadian dollar down here. So we go back to the platform. From our currencies, we choose the euro to the British pound. Since it's going down, we click down, click apply, and approve our option. See the confirmation. We go back to the graphs, we continue on to the CAC 40, the French index. And as you can see, we have a neutral trend line. It's a mixed one with no clarification of what it could be or what it would do. So since it's not a very good trend line, I'm going to want to stay away from this. I'll avoid it. So I'm going to look for another chart that has a more clear of a trend line. Like this. The FTSE 100. It's a very beautiful clear trend line, starting from this point going all the way up here. So it's a positive upwards going trend. We go back to the platform and look for the FTSE 100 under indices. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe we don't have that asset on this platform. So apparently I don't have that option to trade on this platform, but it's okay. Since I don't have that option, now would be a good time to remind you that it's important to have an account at 2 or 3 binary brokers. So if a certain asset is missing from one, you'll have it on another. That way, you'll maximize your profits by trading simultaneously on 2 brokers. By now, all of our positions have expired, and now they can be viewed at the expired position section on this table, which you can see right here below. In the total, we won 5 positions out of 6 available, and lost only 1, which is the British pound versus the Japanese yen. It is very important to remind you that it's perfectly normal to lose on some positions, and no trader in the world can only gain. The purpose of this method is to win with the majority of our positions. So, from 5 wins, I've earned in total $375 in less than 30 minutes. Please remember, in order to guarantee a successful trading session, make sure you implement this system only at the binary brokers recommended sites at the bottom of this site.